Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Fredrick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. Today's video is going to focus primarily on safety. And even though we're going to take a look at a really nice truck, the focus is going to be the safety that the Freightliner offers. So this is a 2023 Freightliner M2 106. The conversion is summit hauler. And as you can see, as we take a look at this truck, it is chocolate in color. So one advantage to the M2 106 over pickups from the safety standpoint is simply the size and the mass of it. This truck weighs just under 14,000 pounds. So when we compare that to a pickup that roughly weighs between 7,500 and 8,000 pounds, if we are in an accident, the chances of walking away from a Freightliner are substantially higher than a pickup truck. Another advantage is the braking system, and we're going to look at some things in a couple of minutes. But this is air brakes. As we know, pickups are hydraulic. So if we have a small air leak in both, the hydraulic side, that fluid continues to leak out until we get the line replaced, or the worst case scenario, it all comes out and we go to hit the brakes and there's simply nothing there. Compare that to air brakes. We have an unlimited supply of air. So in a small leak, we can simply keep replenishing it until we get a chance to get that line replaced. The summit hauler conversion has two storage compartments on each side. There's a smaller one in back, and as we take a look at the front one, we see it's Dimond Plated. In addition, it comes with a connection for an air hose, so you can keep the tires inflated, and you can use that to keep the interior of the cab clean. Now we're talking about advantages the 106 has over pickups, okay? And I'm the first to admit that the pickups can tow a lot of weight. They're getting them up to that 500 horsepower mark. But we need to remember they're still a pickup. So this is the U-joint for a 1-ton pickup. There's the U-joint for the M2 106. This is exactly what's in this truck. So all that horsepower, all that torque still goes through here. So which one of those is gonna hold up better? Which one of those do you trust the safety to your family to be? So obviously the advantage falls to the Freightliner. As we continue forward, this is the trickle charger. So if you want to run lights at night, things like that, that assist the batteries in maintaining power. Under this step is one of two 50-gallon fuel tanks. The other one is on the opposite side. As the truck is sitting in rest, as it is now, that fuel balances itself out. But when you go to fuel up your truck, you're going to want to do that independently. Beside that is a 6-gallon DEF tank. This is the block heater. People in cold climates can simply plug that truck in right there. Now as we come around and admire the truck from the front, and we'll start at the ground and work our way up. Tow hooks located right there. We notice that the bumper is actually broken into 3 sections. So if we are in an accident and ding one part of it up, we can simply replace that without having to do the entire bumper. We go on up and find an aftermarket grill, simply to dress the truck up. Above that, as we focus in on the hood, that is made of compressed fiberglass. Consequently, it is extremely tough and durable. We had a hailstorm come through that demolished the pickups. But by taking a look at the hood of the Freightliners, we really couldn't tell anything had happened. We go on up. This is another safety advantage that falls to Freightliner, and that's the windshield. 2,500 square inches of glass. So that, coupled with the fact that we are already above traffic, makes visibility simply outstanding. And finally, as we go on up, we see a row of orange lights running across the top. Next, we'll take a look under the hood. We find the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. This offers 360 horsepower and roughly 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. We see different colors underneath here, so it's kind of color coordinated. So where we see the red, we're gonna leave that for Freightliner mechanics. But where we see yellow, such as here and directly across, those are the things we can check in pre-trip inspections. A couple other things to note: fuel water separator located here. Now, if we do leave lights on and didn't plug it in, and we come out and the batteries are dead, we can actually jump start the vehicle right there. The batteries are located underneath the back seat. Next, we'll come on in and take a look at the tires. It comes with Michelin 255 80 R22.5. Now right here are the tire balancers, and I brought one with us today. So these have BBs and a little bit of hydraulic oil in there. So as you pick up speed and as you gain momentum, that balances the entire rotating mass. Consequently, things are safer if everything is balanced. It makes for a more comfortable ride, and it will extend tire life up to 40%. This truck is stock number 5N221346. Next, we'll take a look inside the driver's seat. One unique thing about this truck is the color of that interior. We noticed that it's not black, it's a tan color. So that'll help keep things cooler in the summer. Both the driver and passenger seats are air ride. Those adjustments can be made right here. In addition to that, this is for the lumbar system. So that lets air in and out of the back of the seat. Finally, they can be heated as well. 2 different levels, and in the middle is off. Right here is the kill switch. Whoever buys this truck probably isn't going to use it as a daily driver, so by having that kill switch in there, you can shut that off and actually extend the life of the batteries, especially if the truck isn't going to be used for a month or 2. Below the steering wheel is a small pedal. That is to adjust the steering wheel while sitting in the driver's seat. Now, when you go to start your truck, you're gonna wanna turn the key about halfway. Let those gauges go all the way over and back. Basically, the truck is resetting itself. And then go ahead and start the truck. Next, we'll move to the back seat. The back seat makes down into a bed simply by pushing a button. I've checked with the DOT, this qualifies as a bed, and then taken right back up to the normal sitting position. So if you're making those long journeys, if you're going, the coast to coast, border to border thing, and you simply need to stop for a couple hours and take a nap, by being able to drop that seat down certainly makes things more comfortable for you. Now, let's focus on the bed of the truck. 4-inch rails running along each side. As we start at the top, we see the backup camera is located right there. As we come on down, we see a couple of holes already pre-drilled. That is for an additional storage box. If you find yourself in need of even more storage than what the truck offers, we can get another box. Now, by having those holes pre-drilled, we can ship that directly to your location and you can install it yourself, or with enough notice, I can have one ordered and have it here and installed at the time of delivery. We notice that the bed is diamond plated. It comes with a gooseneck ball already. Now, a high percentage of my customers purchase the Hensley hitch. That is a hitch that is on airbags. Okay, so it's similar to this, basically giving it air suspension. So when you're in your travels, you're not only you're not going to feel every bump. In addition to that, it will prolong the life of the trailer because it isn't simply metal clinging on metal. I mentioned the brakes earlier. I brought a couple of brake pads. So that's the brake pad for a 1-ton pickup. This is the brake pad for this truck. So if we're towing a heavy load, we're going through mountains and just basic wear and tear of the vehicle, which one's going to last longer? Clearly, the advantage falls to the Freightliner. As we come on down, this is for the Voyager system. That's the same system that the backup camera uses. So if you're in need of more cameras, you can simply install them right there. Below that is the plug-in for a bumper pull trailer. And finally, as we go down, we see the hitch for the bumper pull. As we come on around to this side, a unique thing that the Summit Hauler conversion does is put extra weight over that rear axle. There's between 700 and 800 pounds back there. So as we look at it from this side, clearly the truck isn't balanced. There's more weight on the front than the back. So by putting a little extra weight on that rear end, helps stabilize things. And you will see a big notice in terms of smoothness of ride when you're not hooked up to a trailer. You're not gonna bounce down the highway. It helps prevent hydroplaning, and it also increases traction if you find yourself in mud. A common question I get is, do you need a CDL for this? Well, chances are probably no if you're using it as a recreational vehicle. If you're towing a fifth wheel, if you're towing a horse trailer, things like that. If you're using it for a commercial basis, if you're using the truck to make money, yes, you will. But I always defer people and ask them to call their local DMV before making the purchase, just to make sure we qualify within their given state regulations. As we take a look inside the passenger seat, again, this seat is air ride and has the same adjustments as the driver's seat. Under here gives us access to the cab air filters. As we take a look at the back seat, from this particular view, really shows you how much room and space is available in this truck. So when we are comparing it to pickups, unquestionably the Freightliner has more room and is more comfortable. Another advantage to the Summit Hauler, this conversion, these are the softest, most comfortable seats on the market today. Now let's crawl on in and we'll take a closer look. As we take a look directly in front, this simply confirms what we were talking about previously. See how we're taller and we're above traffic? Plus, due to the size of the windshield, we can see things coming from the sides as well. The backup camera is located right here. So I like where that is placed, because all you simply need to do is glance up and see what you need to do. If you're driving and you do not have a trailer hooked up, a lot of my customers go ahead and leave this on, because the advantages to the mirrors, plus being able to see well in front, you basically have 360-degree visibility. Beside the backup camera is the air horn. As we come on down, we're going to focus on the dash. This is a wraparound dash. See how that bends back at us? So when we're in our travels, if we need to make an adjustment, it's very simple, right over here. Now this is an important one. This is a safety advantage again. This is the engine brake. That turns it on, and you have high or low. So if we're towing a heavy load and we're coming down a sharp decline, such as the Rocky Mountains next door, and you turn that to high, this is a true engine brake. So in this particular case, you actually have about 350 horsepower coming back at us. So that will slow everything down, consequently making things safer for you and your family and the other drivers on the road as well. This is an automatic transmission. Simply release the brake, R for reverse, D for drive, and you're on your way. Now, by pressing the mode button, turns it into a manual transmission, and you use these arrows to adjust your gears. Also, the arrows, if you push them at the same time, let you know what's going on under the hood. For example, 99% oil life. The filters are all okay. Transmission health is good. There are no codes. And that takes us back to the original screen. Cruise control located here. Intermittent marker lights located here. This is traction control. This locks the differential. Red arc trailer brake adjuster located here. Charging ports underneath this. As we come on over, these are for the windows. Mirror heater right here. This is the dump valve. So by pushing that, lets all the air out of the bed of the truck. You would use that when hooking up your trailer. Light test button located here. As we come on down, this is for rear air conditioning, so that blows cold air into the back. Conversely, you can turn that to heat as well. If your trailer is equipped with air, so is the truck. It's already lined and ready to go. All we need to do is install your glad hands. Now this truck comes with massage seats, and right here is the remote. So you can adjust not only where you want the massage to be, but also the pulse. This is climate control located here, cup holders here, and as we open up the console, we see more than adequate storage room inside. So as we review, we talked about all the safety advantages that Freightliner has over pickups. In addition to that, we took a look at a really nice truck. This is a 2023 Freightliner M2 106 with a Summit hauler conversion. If you have any questions, please call me at 303-684-3404. You can email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com, or for more information, simply click on the link below. Thanks for tuning in today.